But we start this program today with 2 words. 2 words. We start this program today with 2 words. The mullet.
The mullet.
Or 5 words. The mullet from down under.
Man, he's so good.
The mullet from down under, which was apparently the original name of
Vegas show?
that stripper show in Vegas. It just didn't work. It didn't work for the good people of Excalibur. They're like,
Mullet's down under.
The mullet down under. We can't sell tickets to
Magic
that.
Mike 3 working title?
Can't sell tickets.
Mullet's down.
Can't move tickets to the mullet down under on the Vegas Strip. But you can in the old course in Scotland. St. Andrews. In Scotland, where they call it golf without the L. And just when you thought the golf gods were going to smile upon Rory McIlroy and the entirety of Scotland and everyone who came over from Ireland and anybody from, pretty much Longshanks was rooting for Rory McIlroy. The whole world.
95% of the crowd.
Everybody
everyone
was rooting for Rory. I'm rooting for him. You're rooting for him. I know that, Chris.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason why you're also rooting for Rory in this point in time, is because he is the face of golf right now. He is the face of golf right now in the face of the LIV Tour coming at the PGA Tour. Rory McIlroy has basically planted the flag for the PGA Tour worldwide. And so at this moment in time for Rory to break through on the weekend and win right now at that spot in front of that crowd in this moment, it had all the golf gods putting their thumb on the scale. Until the mullet from down under made the turn and said, not today. Not today, said Cameron Smith as he birdied 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14. That happened yesterday.
That is just stupid.
That happened yesterday. 5 birdies to start the back. And then again, to do it in this spot, on this course, at that moment, with that crowd, is one of the most remarkable feats. And I know in a show like this, it's all about exaggeration, hyperbole, or whatever. Sometimes it's the overreaction Monday, right? We overreact. Recency bias, whatever. But you have to place it in perspective of one of the most special performances you've ever seen on a golf course in a major. Cameron Smith deserves all of that, plus the biscuit and the claret jug that he said he was going to find out last night. And I'm curious to see how many beers he could fill in that.
I think he said later on he estimated about 2 would fit in there
because it's only 5.5 pounds.
It's not.
Right?
Yeah, it's not very
so
big, but he was going to do it about 10 times.
You could take a bath in what the PGA Championship,
right?
The Wanamaker. You could. There's an undertow in that thing.
Yeah, Rich, yesterday, man, it was the true embodiment of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. The whole world's rooting for Rory just because he has been the face of the PGA Tour in light of the LIV stuff.
Yeah.
And just, it's not hyperbole to say we're going to be talking about what Cam Smith did in the back nine yesterday forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Especially since the only other guy to win the PGA, the Players Championship and the Open Championship in the same year. Jack did it, and he also did it at St. Andrews.
Right.
And so he was spectacular yesterday, just spectacular. And Rory couldn't make the putt.
To make a putt.
He couldn't get it close enough sometimes too. He kept on seemingly playing for par.
It was amazing. Actually, he played a great round. He didn't blow it. I hear people saying like he chunked it away. He didn't. He hit every green. He had 18 greens in the final round of the Open. He 2-putted every hole.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. But he needed 68, and he shot a 70.
Stay out of the sand. Stay out of those pot bunkers.
He didn't hit any bunker.
Right.
He didn't get himself in any trouble.
Don't 3-putt. Don't bogey. The
He
problem
played
is
a perfect round.
You got a guy who shot a 64 and he birdied the first 5 holes of the back.
He just got beat. He just got beat. You know, you could feel it on the front nine, too. Rory had perfect birdie chances at 3 and 9. He had 8-footers, and he missed both. And you miss both, and you're like, gonna wish he had those.
And what a course. I'm telling you what, and I know this is something that Kevin Van Valkenburg wants to talk about, is where you got guys who are pounding at 350, 360 in the old course. When there's no weather,
no wind,
you know, you're going to have somebody who wins at 20 under par. But it's still the old course, and it is the only course I think you could put it up with or on par with is Augusta National, because it's iconic. It has an iconic hole. The road hole is where, I mean, folks, and I know I'm talking to an audience that pretty much knows already, but when you're teeing off over a hotel, okay, TJ, okay, I know you're not that deep into this. You're teeing off over a hotel, which, by the way, I'm letting anybody know, when I check this off my bucket list, if you're staying facing the tee box in that hotel, you're getting one in your lap, okay? I am going to skull it. I'm going to say, I'm going to just, because I'm going to, honestly.
Like a hard shank.
I don't know how many tee shots in my entire life I'll fortunately, hopefully be able to get, where I'm going to, I've been thinking about it for decades. And so I'm going to stand over that thing, and it's going to hit the hotel. But you have to hit a hotel, and then that second shot, hitting the green is impossible.
Over the bunker.
And then you have to go over a bunker in front of a road and a stone wall. Then I'm absolutely going to hit that too, because I'm going to wind up somehow, probably my third or fourth shot, about 50 yards shy of the green, and then I have no shot like that in my bag. I'm going to skull it. I'm going to hit the wall. Hopefully it'll rebound onto the green, and then I'll make it in one. So you got an iconic hole, and then the number of scoring holes, the number of opportunities that you can have to eagle. If you're back by 4 or 5 shots, you can make a run. And if you're up by 4 or 5 shots, there's many holes on which you find a wrong bunker, you're toast. It's over. You're 4 or 5. So anybody could come from anywhere, and you could score from any spot. And there are some, again, highly challenging holes that you need to par in order to move on. And then other holes in which you can eagle, you can birdie, and there's trouble everywhere. That's like the back nine at Augusta. You know, you can score, you can, and no lead is safe.
No lead is safe.
And no deficit is too large.
And you can't just sit on the lead, like kind of what Rory was doing to make the turn and just expect to win.
That walk up 18 with the hotel and the backdrop, and oh my God, it's beautiful. And so I was all in on it. Yeah. I loved it.
So much drama on the last 4 holes yesterday.
I loved it. And by the way, just because, you know, there is, you know, I and Rich and Eisen, I'm a team player, flying back east from yesterday. I watched the entire thing on Peacock. Thankfully, the Wi-Fi was strong enough on the flight to stream it. Unbelievable. The whole thing, it looked beautiful, was incredible. And Cameron Smith, he just took it. He took it with a performance for the ages, which is the way we say it. And so just to make sure I'm checking all the boxes as an American sports broadcaster, spectacular win by the man from down under, which you have to say when somebody from Australia does anything. And it was remarkable for sport, which is what you must say when you're talking about anything in Europe. And certainly if you're talking about anything in the United Kingdom across the pond. Is that it?
Trifecta.